Angeles.
You strike this way?
Okay. Dan Inosanto is an American-born Filipino. He is very well known in the martial arts world because of the time that he spent working with Bruce Lee.
That's something else. I like to learn it. I hope I can learn it in the Philippines.
What's your name yours? What's your...
Well, I never really got in deep into the spotted dog. I really would like to.
My father actually one of this, this style, but...
This is the one, though, the classical form.
Yeah, the classical form. This is what my uncle Momoy teaches.
When was this form developed? Somebody said it as far back as 1930. Was it 1930 when they developed this form?
1930s, yeah.
Dan teaches Chinese boxing and the Filipino systems. His training techniques are very organized and yet relaxed. Escrima has yet to gain an international reputation. Dan is in a unique position. As a master of both Chinese and Filipino systems, he is able to compare the two and to assess escrima.
Okay, time. With weaponry, it is very hard to beat. I'm talking about dagger and stick. I've always maintained that the Chinese are the prettiest, and that the Filipinos seem to be the most practical as of right now. But I'm not saying that a Chinese martial artist wouldn't be as effective as a Filipino martial artist. I'm trying to say that the way it is taught, it is functional. So I want you to strike the diagonal, diagonal, diagonal up, horizontal, horizontal. Then your overhead, which is this way, your backhand overhead, which is this way, uppercut this way, see? So this one, you practice your blows. I want you to slowly, if you go like that. Okay. This is your kick and out. Okay? Okay, let's give it a try.
Though it is light, the stick used in escrima is a powerful weapon. It can be used to strike quickly at many points on the body. When a blow lands, it is painful, perhaps paralyzing rather than bone-breaking. It makes its effect by the number of places that can be hurt in a few seconds.
It is the quickest art to be the most dangerous, just because of the weaponry. Its destruction of kicks makes all kicking arts kind of obsolete. Its destruction of the limbs very quickly. It makes a lot of the punching arts obsolete. Okay, now what I want you to do is you feed one, and you deflect and follow with 3 follow-ups. And you feed one, and you follow with 3, okay? Slow motion, okay? Deflect, 3 hits. You 3 hits.
Its techniques are basically the same, whether the fighting is with fists, daggers, or larger weapons.
So you go 3, you attack with 3, and he blocks with 3. Okay? That's the position, okay? All right, time. To me, it's one of the most well-rounded martial arts that I've ever seen. And that's not taking anything away from the Chinese, because they're very good. Excellent. But I've always maintained that everybody has something to offer. Thrust, butt, strike. He takes down. See? This is it, see? So that's the drill, see? Because I want to get the puño in here. Almost like the flow, right? But you're using the butt. Now, in reality, this is not going to last very long. See? We just kept it here like that, see, for the training. See? As I said before, this is not going to last very long. We just get the flow. Okay? Okay, you can do it? Okay, let's try it. So you take it down. Okay? Okay, ready. Flow, very slowly. Thrust, butt, strike. Thrust, butt, catch, strike, take down.
The techniques taught by Dan are mainly the classical ones, but he hopes to go to Cebu City to study with Kakoe. There are two of his techniques that Dan doesn't use yet: the curved strike and the complex disarming tricks.
Now, there are two types of disarming. Disarming in which you seize. When you seize, disarm him. And secondly is when you knock the stick off his hand. In actual sparring, see, you can disarm him that way. Or actual sparring, then you hold him, then disarm.
These disarming techniques are probably Kakoe's greatest pleasure. He is constantly thinking of new ways of taking weapons away from opponents. His hands seem to have minds of their own. All the disarming techniques are based on applying leverage in various ways to his opponent's stick.
Ready! Ho! Ready! Ho! Ready! Ho! Ready! Ho! Then he's forward pulling.
Okay. Follow, follow.
Kakoe calls the style that he teaches escrima, the way of escrima. He is deliberately copying Japanese customs in this. There is no doubt that he has made escrima more effective.
Serious, serious, no smiles. Okay, move back to your respective places and do the amara. Kalan rakas.